So step one is something that we will call the scope and range or feasibility study. The way this works, Diana, is you contact me, I talk to you on the phone, I ask you some qualifying questions. Maybe you ask me some qualifying questions as the builder. We say, hey, you know what? It looks like this is a good fit. What's the next step? Okay, so the next step is we're going to get together face to face. So if it's a new home build, you might be coming to my office. You might be coming to my model home. If it's a remodeling project, I'm going to come out and do a site visit to your home. You're going to show me what you're thinking of. At that point, you are going to ask me, what do you think this is going to cost? And what I will do is I'm going to give you a budget based on previous experience, maybe based on square footage, based on the finish level that you're looking at. But I'm going to give you some sort of a budget range. And that range, as an example here, might, for a $100,000 to $150,000 project, it's approximately a $50,000 range. Now, at that point, I'm going to say that's as best I can do, because in order for me to narrow that budget down, I need to know a lot of different things. And so what I'm going to ask you to do is to pay for 0.25% of the median number of that budget. So in the example we have on the screen here, the budget is $100,000 to $150,000. The median number is $125,000. So you would pay me $312.50 in order to do the following things. I will develop a project scope and specifications, and that's going to detail what you are describing to me. So you have me out to your home, Diana. You said, I want to do this, this, and this. I'm going to write all that down for you. I'm going to detail it out. And the goal of this is that I am going to narrow your budget range by 50%. So now instead of having a $50,000 range in the example we provided, we're going on to a $25,000 range, narrowed by 50%. And what I will use is parameters that are based on typical costs. I'm going to use some educated guesswork here, but I'm going to give you enough information, Diana, that you can determine if this project is feasible, and you can move ahead of the project as requested. And here's the language that you want to use. You want to say something like, Diana, if we can get the budget to $125,000 or $115,000, are you prepared to move into, and that would be the next step in your sales process. So it's called a sharp angle close. The reason we are doing this is because we want to get a commitment from the lead to tell us up front, before they've given us any money, if you can hit this budget, we will move ahead to the next step. Now, statistically, from our case study, we know that if we hit the budget, it's almost a 100% conversion to the next step in the sales process. So Diana, what are your thoughts here now? I mean, putting yourself in you've remodeled a couple times, putting yourself in the shoes of the lead. What do you think about this idea of paying to get a higher quality information up front before you make a big commitment?
I think it makes sense, and I can say easily yes. So if you are going to respect my budget and you will give me something in my budget, then of course I can say yes, maybe that's a good fit for me. Yeah,
that's what we're looking for. And of course, I've already laid out the benefits I gave you, Diana. Here's why you want to follow our process,
right? Because
you're going to find out what it's going to look like. You're going to find out how much it's going to cost, and you'll be able to do that before you make the big commitment. So in other words, we will date before we get married. So at this point, if I say, Diana, if we can get the budget to $125,000, are you prepared to move into the proposal preparation agreement? Again, that's a sharp angle close. You say, yeah, if you can hit my budget and I'm happy with the information you're providing, the expertise you bring to the table, I would be prepared to move into the next step.